Welcome to our tutorial about working with layers. Layers are a way to organize the display of your objects in the drawing area. Every layer needs a color, a line type, and a line weight defined. Whether you know it or not, every object in your drawing does already belong to some layer. Let's hide some panels on the ribbon. I want to take a better look at the layer panel. Now let's bring up the Layers Properties palette. Let's collapse the layer filters by clicking this chevron. By default, we're on layer 0. We're not able to delete or rename this layer. If we try, we won't be able to. Let's right-click, select Delete Layer. AutoCAD refuses. Let's right-click and select Rename Layer. AutoCAD lets me know that it can't be renamed either. Let's close. Here's the New Layer button. Let's click it to create a new layer. We'll name it Part. I'm going to make it active by clicking this green check mark. The next column is where we can toggle the layer on and off. When it's on, the layer is visible and available for plotting. When a layer is off, it's both invisible and not plottable. The next column is where we freeze layers. The current layer can't be frozen. If we try, AutoCAD tells us that we're not able to freeze the current layer because it is the current layer. The on and off and freeze-unfreeze functions are similar. When the layer is off, it's invisible, but it does regenerate with the drawing. When a layer is frozen, it's also invisible. However, there's one crucial difference. It does not regenerate with the drawing. This function improves your computer's performance while you're generating complex drawings. And the freeze feature is pretty common to most softwares that work with a lot of data at one time, whether CAD, music, video, etc. The next column is where we lock and unlock layers. Objects on locked layers can't be modified. The next column is where we can change the layer's color. OK. In the line type column, you guessed it, here we can change the line type. Cancel out, and cancel out again. In the next column, we set the line weight, which is basically the thickness of your line. It has to do with plotting. Let's cancel out of the line weight dialog window. In the next column, we can set a layer's transparency. We choose a value from this drop-down menu, with 0 being the least transparent, 90 being the most transparent. Let's cancel out. Next, we have the Plot column. This column controls if selected layers can be plotted or not. Now, you'll remember that if your layer is off, or if it's frozen, it can't be plotted anyhow. Let's create another layer. Click on the New Layer button. I'm going to call this layer Center Line. Let's change the color of the layer to red. And let's create another layer. I'm going to call this one Hidden Line. For the color, let's choose cyan. OK. Now I'm going to change the line type for the hidden and center line layers. Click Load. Choose Hidden. OK. Choose Hidden again, and OK. And same thing for the center line. Load. Scroll to Center. OK. Center again. OK. And we've created 3 new layers. Part is the active layer, as indicated by the green check mark. Let's close the palette. In the Layers panel, there's a drop-down menu that shows us all our available layers. Let's place a rectangle on the Part layer. Now let's move over to the Center Line layer. We'll place another rectangle. Notice the line type and color are different. We'll move to the Hidden Line layer. Let's place a third rectangle. If I happen to have created an object on the wrong layer, I just select the object and then change the layer from the drop-down menu. Let's press Escape to deselect everything. Now let's window select and delete this geometry. Let's return to the Part layer. Activate the Circle command. I'm going to drop a circle about here. Let's make it 6 units in radius. My circle is going to be the base for a metal plate. I'm going to create a few holes in it. Let's switch to the Centerline layer. Activate the Line tool. Snap to Quadrant. Place my first point, snap to Quadrant again, and place the second point of the line. Snap to Quadrant a third time. Let's place a point here and keep snapping to Quadrant and next point. Right-click and Enter to close the tool. Let's delete this extra line. I'm going to create one more circle on this layer. Snap to Intersection is active. Let's make the radius 3 units. Now let's switch to the Part layer. And I'm going to create a few more circles. Intersection Snap is active. Radius will be 0.5 units. Another circle. Intersection Snap, 0.5 units in radius. 2 more circles like this. Circle, Intersection Snap, also a 0.5 unit radius. And last circle, Intersection Snap, 0.5 units in radius. Enter. Let's say we have a circle that goes through the center of this plane but isn't visible from the current view. Let's switch to the Hidden layer. Activate the Offset tool. Specify the offset distance, 1 unit. Enter. Now we select the object to offset and the direction of the offset. Right-click and Enter to exit the tool. Obviously, I've created this line on the wrong layer. Let's select the lines. Now select the Hidden Line layer and Escape to deselect everything. The lines have moved to the right layer. I'm going to trim the hidden lines now. Activate the Trim command, set the boundary, right-click to finish the selection. Let's zoom in a little bit, and we select our objects to trim. Same on the other side, we'll just pan over, trim here and down below, and right-click and Enter to close the tool. And let's just zoom back out and have a look. Okay, let's open the Layers palette again. As you see, the Hidden Line layer is currently active, as indicated by the green check mark. Let's rename the Part layer. Right-click, Rename. I'm going to call it Part 01. Let's close the Layers palette. And as you see, the changes are populated real-time to this drop-down menu. While it is possible to work on just one layer, using more than one layer in your work is a lot more convenient the more complex your drawing becomes. It also makes editing your work later on a lot easier. Let's turn off some layers and then turn them on again. We can do that right from this drop-down menu. And we can toggle them on again from the same drop-down menu. And this concludes our lesson about working with layers.